like, what if, like, what we're saying is, like, you did it once, I wasn't recording, right? And it's been hilarious. If you do it again, and I am recording, it's gonna be even funny.
I'll
Just
do it
by
next week.
what's the difference between next week and right now? You're not even coughing right now. Your lungs are obviously fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Do it again. Let's see it.
It's just 20 seconds,
It's
bro.
yeah, come on, double
Do
it too.
anything for
Yeah,
20
just double what you
seconds.
did last time.
You can do anything for 20 seconds. I know you.
I don't know. Lasting 20 seconds is pretty hard for Ronnie. This is called peer pressure, and I'm not gonna give up until you give in.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, no.
There's got to be something left in that bowl for you to finish, dude.
No, I literally fucking spent the whole thing.
Yeah, but there's definitely weed right in front of you, and it's very
Yeah,
quickly,
definitely.
easily accessible to be put
I'm
back
not
in there.
doing it again.
So, like, we doing this? What's up, Ronnie? Let's go. Let's document it.
Why don't you go fuck yourself? Let me go fill it.
That's what I'm talking about! Yes!
There you go.
Yeah.
You're good now. You're good. Start it. Yeah, you're good. Cool. See, this is what Ronnie used to breathe in on his home planet when the smoke of cannabis was constantly throughout their entire atmosphere, and this is what they wore to keep the weed in on other planets when they were traveling. They would constantly have to refill by constantly hitting. Oxygen is actually poisonous to Ronnie. You see, he took off the mask and then died. Simply
Couldn't
because...
even make it 30
Oh,
seconds.
come on. Couldn't even get 30 seconds. Do it again.
Couldn't even hit
Do it
30
again.
seconds. You gotta start over.
I'd say that's pretty good.
It's Matt Foley, and you're listening to the Ronnie Vegas podcast with your boy DeJoy. I hear they do a lot of doobie rolling on this show. They're not going to amount to get
Some dupe. Oh, got the mask on.
What's up, everybody?
Throwback.
Ronnie Vegas podcast episode 11. How's everybody doing? This is Ronnie Vegas. With me as always.
Your boy DeJoy. How are we doing?
And also our new third wheel is Tick. Say hi, Tick.
Hey, Alex, how many times do you think he's tried to put the end of that mask in his mouth?
Oh, man.
And moving
Hundreds.
on. Our special guest today, we have Big Larry Holly in the house. Larry, say hi real quick.
Hi, real quick. Oh.
All right.
Verbatim.
All right. So, Ronnie Vegas podcast, episode 11. DeJoy, how the fuck are you today?
I am doing fantastic. I know you're tired, but I'm glad you seem really hyped. I'm glad you're here.
I am very. I 4 hours sleep. Last night I went to Vin's Tavern with Big Larry Holly was playing, and he was kind enough to let me share the stage with him. And I got home and I couldn't sleep, and Alex was up, so we played some video games. It worked out, but 4 hours sleep doing construction all day is a little fucking tough. Anyway, so yeah, episode 11. You're doing fantastic, DeJoy.
You know, sure. Why not? Why
You
not?
said fantastic. I mean,
Yeah, you
that's-
know, what's not to
How
love?
better get?
What's not to love?
And hey, Tiki Poopy Pie, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. Yeah, I can't do the James Gandolfini like you can.
James Gandalf. Hi. Oh,
The
you mean,
Sopranos guy.
yeah.
You're doing the
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Pretty good. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, not. I'm gonna get right to it. Episode 11. They're still with us. People are showing up in droves and saying Ronnie Vegas sends me our sponsor, Exotica Dispensary, Route 37 Aquasasni. They have all your premium flowers, your dabs, your edibles, your nano-infused drinks, and they have nano-infused soft serve ice cream for the fucking summer.
For the second time.
Yeah. Nano infused tequila rose.
Today, from Exotica, we are smoking. Alex, hit the music. Green Lantern.
I love it when he hits he dances to the music that I put in post. Might be my favorite part. Of
Why do you
recording this.
ruin the immersion?
I mean, it's just funny. Yeah,
Also today,
and crew for no
we'll be
reason.
taste testing for everybody a little little shot of tequila rose to wet my whistle because I'm fucking tired. And, yeah.
Self-infused.
Wow. That smells good.
Like roses. Have
I
you ever
like
had those
strawberry.
edible flowers? Tastes like
That's
shit.
nice. That's nice. I like that. And I picked that up from Ye Old Liquors down there in Canton. Feel free to give them a visit. Anyway, Alex, you got any news for us? Anything going on? I know the Heat's knocked out, so basketball's over officially. No finals this year.
For anybody. Yeah, the NBA actually shut down because Miami lost in the first round. It was
I
a
know,
little bit
it's-
unfortunate. Everybody wanted to see a playoff run, but it didn't happen. No, that's in the past. We're moving on. We're on to next year.
There's no sense in having a finals
Exactly.
when the Heat is out. It's over. It's over.
No, it'll be interesting to see who ends up in the finals this year.
If you got any news going on, anything big going on, you fucking moving any big fucking chin checking, making big moves or anything?
Chin checking.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing big.
You're not chin
Just
checking.
doing nerdy things, trying to earn nerdy IT certifications.
Sounds
Become an
kinda-
engineer. That's about the
Sounds
that's
kinda
about
nerdy.
the goal. So
Didn't check.
it's not exciting.
Well, I mean, whatever. I think it's exciting.
I mean, there's
That
Don't I
makes
look
that makes
excited?
one of you guys apparently.
there's other cool things going on, but that's
Yeah,
our Facebook conversations we having.
How about who cares?
Who
Anyway,
cares?
but I know
Exactly.
someone who does have some big things going on, and we're going to do the official Big Larry Holly introduction. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, standing at 6'12", weighing in at 227 kilos, the
Damn.
former bass player, lead singer of bands known as R19 and Kane and Triscallion Echo Magnet. He's also Larry Holly Country. He's an Army vet. He's also a KISS Army vet. Larry Holly!
That's right on. And almost everything's right. Air Force.
Oh,
the entire.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Air
All
Force.
good. Very good. All
My
good.
bad. Were you
Good.
the guy that did you do that?
As a guy that walked along the fence lines, I carried my gun. I guarded the B-52s in Griffiths down in Cold Griffiths. Walked the flight line. I stayed right here.
No shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
I wore a beret, Ronnie. Wore a beret. Believe it or
that's
Right
sick.
not.
down there, yeah. Oh, I've
That's
seen
right.
pictures. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah. So yeah, like Big Larry here, he's got a lot going. You got a lot going, dude. You got a lot.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The world spins fast.
So I'm gonna let you just kind of I'm gonna dive right in to what you're doing right now, which is you're out playing acoustically for 3 hours at a WAP.
Yep. There you WAP again. Yes.
WAP.
I'm WAPing again in this episode.
Yeah.
3
at WAP.
hours. 3
At
hours
WAP.
of whack.
They,
And,
in the
Sometimes 4.
I'm learning some UK slang from the rapper Central C,
Shout out.
and
Yeah.
guns are actually known as WAPs in the UK. So
Oh, wanker.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, Larry, you got
I
a lot.
lived in the
you got a lot
UK,
of
you know that?
shows.
After the Air Force. I lived in England.
But yeah, you got a lot of acoustic shows going on, like, and you're playing a lot of originals. So why don't you just tell us what you got going, man? What you working towards?
Wow, working towards balance, three-way balance. Music, my martial arts, that life in the middle, those 3 things. Dumping just about as much into all 3 of them. Tripolar balance going on there.
That's a very martial arts
acoustic-
answer. I feel like I would hear that in Karate Kid.
Copy that.
Like that was a Mr. Miyagi saying for sure.
was
So about
very,
balance.
very-
Balance.
You remember lesson about balance?
Yeah.
A lesson not just karate only. Lesson for whole life. Whole life have a balance.
There.
And it is, and the family's right in the middle for the balance. The music's on one side. It's all art. I'm doing the solo acoustic stuff. The old when I killed the Kane and got out of the rock band and got off the stage in that metal world. I had these country songs I had written when I was younger. in my 20ish or younger. And I just busted them out. I put them down on my own CD, burnt my own CDs out of my computers, burnt up 5 computers doing it, put it in a paper bag. I tied my hemp string around it. You remember this? You remember this guy? 12,800 of those I burnt.
Whoa.
And
12,000.
sprayed and ordered the packages, and I wrote with Sharpie marker on every damn CD over 3 years, 3-year period. But the reason I got sold, I didn't sell them, never for sale. You remember, it's only for tip, any tip.
Only for donations, and some people would give you. Some people would give you a couple bucks. Some people give you a 20 spot. Some people fucking Some people give you money.
That's it. I paid my electricity. I paid my bills off that thing for a couple years, so I enjoyed it. Really did.
Which is wild. Which is wild that you and I'll always say this. You were a big influence in Tirade. We'll get to that in a minute. But
yeah.
You always
Our
when you're
fans
doing
too.
when you're doing something, you like fucking just hammer it, dude. Like I wish I had your resolve. You know what I mean? Like
right on.
I love the fact that you're doing it on. I love the fact that you're doing it on your own now. Because I always felt like you didn't have the dreamers around you. You know what I mean? Not speaking ill about any of their talents, just the dreamers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I do. I know what you mean. I mentioned it to you last night at the gig. I saw watching you guys do this podcast a couple times. I said, you and regardless of the music, the singing, the bass playing, the guitar playing, I could see why you guys made a great band together. That you're with a fellow dreamer, you're with that fellow brother. And I had them. I had many brothers on the road, the best musicians. I always played with the best musicians in the county.
Yeah.
You guys know that.
Yeah, you did too.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go really far, but I tell you about watch what you wish for, because you get it. I talk about dreaming, but I thank God for unanswered prayers, man. I spent the last 8 years of my life, 10 years, making sure it didn't happen. Not wanting to go that far, just like those guys did too. They wanted it, but didn't want it.
Yeah.
And me too. I just wasn't.
You just
aware
get
of it
comfortable
yet.
sometimes.
I wasn't aware of it yet. So I'm back in again, though. My life has thrown me back in. I tried to get away from music, tried to run away from music. Music don't let you go like that. And many times I got pulled back in. Last 3 years, I've been touring up and down to St. Lawrence, Clayton, and A-Bay, and Ogdensburg, and down to Sandy Creek, and up in Tupper, and Watertown, Governor, Messina. Just these 3 counties, that 3-county area that I've been stomping around for
Fucking list
15
is
years.
fucking big.
They're there, right on. So and I've been playing a new stuff, man. I'm playing a lot of Jelly Roll. I'm playing some modern country, digging. I love Tom McDonald and everything he's spitting out right now. I rap at home, but I'm not putting that on the stage yet. I'm listening to all kinds of new stuff, loving it, digging it.
So how old were you when you first started like playing guitar?
Playing guitar. My father tried to teach me acoustic guitar when I was 13. He was Ricky Skaggs, Marty Robbins, Hank Snow, Hank Sr., and I loved Rush and Ozzy. I wanted to play Ozzy. So he say, "Here's your G chord." And I say, "Where's that? Dun-dun, dun-dun, where's that?" Take the guitar away. He didn't like that shit, man. So I finally taught myself later. I was a young man in Governor. Chad Fischel, Christian Ack, Steve Palmer, some of my best buddies out of Governor, had a little band playing in my garage on my street, practicing in my garage, and I wanted to be in a band. And I went up to Chad Fischel. I said, "Man, I want to sing." Chad said, "Everybody wants to sing, Larry. You want to get in a band, you got to play something." I was a young teenager, but I wanted to play, so I went to Dr. Guitar, Watertown. I counted the strings on the freaking wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. You. Come with me, bass. I became a bass player. It's easier. And I got in the band playing bass that way, counting freaking strings. And I just wanted to sing. And back then, before my 3rd or 4th puberty, I could sing that shit. I could sing that high stuff, that rock back then.
Yeah. To be fair, like you being a bass player and frontman, not only were you like a well-renowned, like you're still legendary up here. You know what I mean? Like everyone still talks about it. You know what I mean? And so not only you as a singer, but you as a bass player, because you were riffing, man. You're Cal Rifkin Jr., bro. You know what I mean? Like you're like raw riff energy with spells. You know what I mean? Like
wild. A lot of guitar players were wrong notes a lot because I was singing, screaming, sweating, falling down too. But they go together really well sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I remember like I remember when Kane played The Devil Came Down to Georgia, and you would be all over with the bass, like almost following the fiddle
Sure.
guitar part. Like I mean, dude, like that was wild.
Well, sure. I had to bet we were a 3-piece band, and I always had Chris Smith, Kyle Harris, Tim Logan. These shredding hands, phenomenal guitar players, and they played their parts right, but it was missing that rhythm guitar player, missing some rhythm in it. And I was bass. Dude, I wasn't a great bassist. I was a singer. I wanted to play bass. Got the 5-string when Godsmack and Creed come out, started tuning everything down. I just followed what songs I was singing and filled in that third part best I could with Johnny Walker on the drums. And a lot of it came from asking the guitar player, what the hell do I do here, man? What do I do? Well, you do this. Boom, boom, boom. They know. And okay, I got it. Put it away. Here's my technique. Move on, and now get
Did
back
you
to
ever
the
try
words.
to get a second guitarist ever? Or?
Talked about it a lot because being a bass player, I wanted to. Thin Lizzy was one of my hero bands. Loved it, and they had that dual guitar, the screaming leads, and I dreamed of it. But in the band, who's going to pay him? That's another guy. That's another girlfriend, ex-wife, or wife, or boyfriend to deal with. So we did. We kept it small, and so that was that.
Yeah, we started off as a 3-piece. Tirade did because I played bass and sang, and we didn't get a bass player, so we were a 4-piece. Everyone knew Tirade as the 4-piece, but I don't have us up there anymore. But it says Tirade there, but our faces aren't there. I meant to point to our faces. But yeah, we were a 4-piece, but we started out as a 3-piece, and a 4-piece for me. It's too hard to play bass and be a lead singer, bro. But like I can't. I'm fanboying so hard, dude. So hard. Like you on big stages like Rockfest and stuff, even Foster Fest, which was in a garage. You owned it, bro. You didn't need a stage or an ego riser because you're fucking 6 foot. How tall are you?
6'6".
6'6". So he stands over the entire crowd. And you know he's playing bass because he has it up here. You know what I mean? So like, dude, you couldn't help but be swallowed up by you in more ways than one. You know what I mean?
I see everybody. I see everything that whole night. I'm watching my own show from my perspective. Yeah, the drummer better be on a drum riser behind me, or he's looking at my ass all night long.
All night. Yeah. That's cool, man. So like how many, like you got a lot of gigs coming up. I know that. I just played with you last night. So what do you got coming, man? And I know
yeah, well that's hard to answer for you right now since the Facebook or the Daddy Meta, Daddy Zook, wherever you are, brother, turn me back on. It's nonsense. You guys made a mistake. But my Facebook shut down. There goes half of my messages with bar owners. All my events that we posted, all the imagery we've been pumping up, hours and hours of work from brother Rick Woodward from Studio 37, who's been doing my sound. I pay him to do the sound, but he's also pumping out every event, dropping pictures like crazy, just overtime, and just all got killed. Totally done. So I'm trying to remember. I go to my calendar. Just by memory, I'm playing down in Sandy Creek. I'm playing down in Pulaski at the Calet Theater coming up on a Thursday in a couple months. That's a fantastic opportunity for me. JP Voico. JP's doing entertainment down there. And he's taking in all kinds of bands, all kinds of solo acts now on a Thursday. Up to Township 7. In Dixon Center, New York, which is up near Malone, up in Brazier, Riverview, Vin's Tavern in Ogdensburg. Every other Tuesday, we were just there last night. So it's not, when this drops, it's not going to be that Tuesday. It'll be the following Tuesday. Playing Watertown Full Circle, down in A Bay, Top of the Bay, Coyote, Clayton, Riverside, just everywhere. Love it. I've been playing there forever, and up in Tupper Lake, everyone's calling. I'm trying to benefit this Saturday. DeKalb Hotel, playing at the old DeKalb Hotel again, Ronnie. I love playing there. We've all stomped on that stage, screamed and yelled in that country bar. That's a good old country bar. But my grandfather played there for 30 years of his life too, man, playing fiddle. And I got my grandfather's guitar given to me from my Aunt Connie. I'm taking this son of a gun on the stage. At the end of this month on a Friday, I'm going to play my grandfather's guitar on his stage. He's long past, but it's just, these are cool events for me.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm enjoying it. I'm really
And
enjoying it out there.
I know the date of that one. You're playing at the DeKalb Hotel on Route 11 in DeKalb Junction on May 31st.
31st. Thank you,
The
sir.
reason I
Thank
remember
you,
that
brother.
is that it's tattooed on my wrist. It is my wedding anniversary. So
Right on.
we
Right
were
on.
just
Well,
talking
happy
about that
anniversary.
last night on the way home. We were saying, Larry's playing on our anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know how it worked that. Every time I'm out with you guys, I have to get behind the wife, behind Erica, and I have to take a picture over her shoulder, looking at you.
Yeah.
She don't take her eyes off you, bro. Sometimes you don't take your eyes off her. It was a good gig last night.
Yeah. She is
again,
I call her in my head. She doesn't know this, but she is my teleprompter.
Oh, really?
So,
Yeah.
sometimes, like last night. Let's talk about last night real quick. All right.
All
So,
right.
Larry can confirm this old boy was shaking, nervous.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
Bit. I was shaking from too many Stewart Shop energy drinks, but maybe just had a great
Not
sativa in you. I don't know.
I don't know what. No, well, yeah, but
Been a
no.
while. It's been
I
a
don't know
while.
what. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't played out since New Year's, and
Yep.
I was nervous, but it went well. It sounded good. Rick from
Did.
Rick
Rick
is
Woodward.
amazing-
Studio 37 is his
Yes.
company. Yeah.
Studio 37. Yes, he the sound he runs and those in-ear monitors he has. Oh,
Makes a difference in your performance. And Rick he'll all the time about tuning and performance. That performance that comes out of having in-ear monitors when you're a vocalist, and you can hear the S's and the T's and that your own damn emotion you didn't even know you were doing at the time.
Which
It
I would
feeds the
like-
next line. It's beautiful.
yeah, which I would like to say last night, and you can attest to this. After one song, people clapped and stuff, and I said, "Hey, listen, any vibrato you heard was not natural."
Oh, yeah, right. You noticed that.
Yeah.
No, you were doing well. It was a great performance. It's intimate. You're right there, 5 feet away from the first tables, and just as soon as you're done with a couple songs, they're yelling out a request, and you're thinking of a different song. It's a whole different part, different game than the stage, than the band, than everything. So
Yeah.
Do you have a
And-
preference? Do you have a
I-
preference of the band in the stage or the close-up?
different, same as Sativa and Indica, 2 different freaking rides, man. Totally.
I told Ronnie
energy
some of my
from-
favorite shows were at bars, like with
Yeah.
people right up in your face, even though they're dumping shit in your
yeah.
equipment all the time when it was kind of bothersome, but still just like the energy, like right there. Like
energy wise with the band, but the silence that drops after your last whisper of that last song before the applause, and the silence that hits before your next one, the little stories you tell in between, no one listen to that stuff. When you got a giant crowd, you can't do all that stuff. It's a whole different show. It's great. It's great. It's so intimate and cool.
I will say that having people up close in a bar playing in a band is much different than playing acoustics. And I met a DJ last night, Sick Rick, shout out. He was really nice. Gave me a tip about a Monster Energy with it. Thank you.
That's fantastic. A little bit of advice.
I thought you meant like a tip for being nervous.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Like
I make some of the fans nervous, the ones that stand at the 1 foot in front of me too, because I'm sweating, spitting all over everybody, all over Johnny's cymbals. He's got salt rust stains in his cymbals from my sweat spraying. Beard flies. So
I met
Feel bad
Sick
for
Rick,
them.
and he was saying, so you were nervous, like, because he started asking me, he goes, so where do you set up bass? And I go, bro, that's a loaded question. I just smoked. But so we talked about tirade, and he goes, so why are you nervous playing this? And I said, maybe it's because it's just me, like just me, and I have to play. I have to play perfectly, and I have to sing perfectly. Like to me, that's a lot of pressure to me. And he goes, well, we are getting older. I'm like, yeah, like tonight, I'm sitting there trying to remember words, and I go, fuck, how fat do I look right now? I'll turn this way. Like, can they see my bald spot? Fuck, God it. You know what I mean? Like,
Human
man.
performer. That's it.
But big shouts to you, man, because if you're nervous at all, you don't show it because, of course, you got that booming, big Larry voice too, so you don't really come across as a nervous fella. Have you ever been nervous?
Every gig. Just last night too, I was just nervous as you were. My hand was shaking like yours. I go to Beyonce's manager gave her advice one day. She was nervous as hell, and he said, "When you leave your house, say action. When you come home, say cut." Until then, it's when you're putting on that show, it's a performance. Maybe you're acting like you all damn night, but you don't stop till this gig's over.
That's true.
I've got the PTSD from the military, from life, from all that stuff. Every time I go to any gig, I'm looking backpacks, shoes. I'm checking for extra wires hanging out of people's pockets. I got the hypervigilance. So my nervous dials me in and makes me sharp. Nervousness dials me in a little bit, makes me a little sharper. I think it works for me.
Well,
Absolutely.
That's actually really amazing that you can take your PTSD and fucking and like take your nervousness and flip that switch to where you're like,
Use it to an
okay,
advantage.
I know I'm nervous, but let's just scan the room real quick, check my
On
sixth
duty.
gear naturally. Yeah, that's actually cool that you can like home in on stuff and like I think that's a really good way of like distracting yourself from the PTSD and the nervousness as if you just fucking do what you're good at, man. You know what I mean?
That's it. And I watched the show again. Well, you know as well as I do. We do that show going on out there. They're enjoying it. You get your eyes all over the place watching the people. It's a good time. It works.
Yeah, and like you said, when you leave the house, action. When you come back, cut. I mean, Ronnie Vegas.
Yep.
When the camera's on, when the show's on, I am not that person. I'm just not.
I saw it last night. Loved it. You were talking. You were joking. I think an impression came out. And that's the show right there. That's the show right there, folks. He's being himself. Come and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've been digging the previous podcast you put out. You're being you, Fred. You're being you.
I mean, it comes natural, and little boy DeJoy here.
Don't touch me like that.
I dig it. It's great having him, and everyone says the vibes are good. And now we got Tick here, and of course we vibe, and it was great. You mentioned that last night too, the whole vibe of the podcast. Thanks for letting me shout that out and everything, and thanks for tuning in.
It's about to get real fucking sexy in here.
Yeah, man. Tick, go ahead and fucking dive into some shit. I know you had some questions for him.
Yeah, so more so on the Hapkido stuff. What how long have you been doing Hapkido for? When did you start doing that?
Well, Hapkido studying for the past 6.5, 7 years now, up here locally. Found that last. I started in the Air Force doing the Air Force combatives, physical hand-to-hand stuff. Went to Aikido after that. I even studied Chinese Kung Fu in Canton. You guys may remember that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I was always searching for a good old homegrown American martial arts. Well, there aren't any because it's so old. It's such an ancient technique. So then I come across Krav Maga. Krav Maga is pretty heavy and hard, and it's good technical, but there aren't any up here. And I finally found Grandmaster Robert Gray, my master, like my father, from Rensselaer Falls. He's family. You know Bob Gray. Best friend of your father, Ronnie.
They are so close. I remember. Nope, never mind.
Anyway, he's my grandmaster. Introduced me to combat Hapkido. Combat Hapkido is Hapkido, traditional Hapkido, redeveloped, repackaged, and chiseled down by my grandmaster John Pellegrini and his wife Trina Pellegrini. They live out of Tennessee, but it's an international Hapkido foundation. It's global. They travel everywhere, conventions all the time. I'm going to one in Glens Falls in October. And it became everything that I wanted. From everything that I already knew, I took a bit and piece of everything I already had, and this is it. I like it. I was training in the Air Force. I wanted to be Secret Service. I'm giant. Everyone thought I should have been a trooper. I don't want to do that. There's too many in and out cars. That's not me.
Too many laws and regulations.
Yeah, right. So
no. I mean, you enforcing them because you got.
I know, right?
You got to be the guy who does it.
I mean,
being in a band. Let's being in a band, we drink, we smoke, we fucking. How about it? Anyway,
band life came after the military life. I didn't smoke any of that devil's lettuce until after I got out of the Air Force. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's where the hell is it going with that one? What's the question, Tech?
Hapkido.
Yeah. Thank you for the martial arts mixes in with the marijuana conversation very well, and that's a very good segue, which leads right up to how I started and developed the youth martial arts program. I working up here. I wanted to teach my kid And there wasn't a program really for the young ones. There's jiu-jitsu, some great Brazilian jiu-jitsu up here in Norfolk. Spencer Page, genius, and he's a local legend up here in jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
martial
was he
arts.
the UFC guy?
He did, yeah. He fought some
used to fight in
MMA
the UFC.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was on
went
the
back,
top
opened his
now.
own school. North Country Martial Arts is a great school. Ours is Self-Defense America out of Potsdam, New York. We have one school in Potsdam, and we've also been lucky to have the local Legion in Lisbon let us use their American Legion to have another school for kids who couldn't get that far.
Cool.
Potsdam. So over 40 kids now after 2 years of doing this. So that was my big dive into Hapkido. I can joke my way out of fights or fight my way out of fights. I didn't need to go back into training. I was all in it for the kids, and now I'm just right up to my neck in it. I love it. Kids love it. My little one's doing nunchucks and bow staff, and so
Awesome.
it's great. It's great shit. Great shit.
That's awesome. That's
So
awesome.
do you guys go to like your different? So I did Taekwondo when I was younger. Is Bob Gray the same dude who taught that stuff in DeKalb?
That's
Or is that a
that's,
different
your,
guy?
that's your master. Yeah.
So yeah, I did Taekwondo for like a year. I think I got to like blue belt or so. Then
Very good.
unfortunately,
Hapkido's Taekwondo's cousin. It's Taekwondo, a lot of striking, kicking, point kicking. You make your slap, and then you're out. Get your flag, get your trophy. Hapkido is where they're reaching in. They get a hold of you. You grab, you joint manipulation, breaking a wrist, breaking an elbow, quickly snapping, breaking. We don't get into MMA cage fighting. We don't get into jiu-jitsu. We have a ground fighting system, but we don't do Brazilian jiu-jitsu on the ground because we're going to stick our thumb in your eye once you put me in that little whatever condo you want to wrap me in. We're just going to do stuff that they have rules against doing. It's part of.
there's no rules in a fight, anyways. Like in an actual.
We don't
true
compete for
one.
trophies. Yeah.
This is more of a self-defense type martial arts. Yeah. So I mean, no rules, man. Fuck that. Gouge that eye.
That's it. We go Tyson on your ear. We'll do what you got to do. Get your hands off. You go home.
Right.
Get home.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's ICHF, International Combat Hapkido Federation. I recommend it to everybody. Old folks, I'm 52 years old. It's pretty non-intensive. We're not beating hell out of each other every day. We're training until we start to have our asthma attacks, and we go home, and that's great. Weekly accountability, and it's the way. Everyone has to have a way.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Now, like to the band days there, Kane, you guys were huge up here, man. You guys are still legendary. You're still talked about, and you helped us get our start. What are some of your best memories of that? Because I know, didn't you guys play at CBGB's?
We did. Went down to CBGB's.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Like talk about some of the shit that you did, because you literally inspired other bands like us to do the things we did. You know what I mean? Like the accomplishments of sold out fucking places that they said can't be sold out, and fucking fucking CDs that are copywritten and fucking in stores, fucking movies and anyway. But you literally set the groundwork for that. Like I remember you telling us about the poor man's copyright. And I remember looking up to the things that you were doing, the stages you were doing. Like, talk about that. Talk about some of the best times you did.
All the best times, boy. Try to remember them. I drank a lot back in Kane. That was a lot of little gasoline on my fire. Texas Hippie Coalition, you were talking about them recently. One of the best gigs. Crazy fuckers to play with. Had a good time on the bus with them. I was a kid. I even though I was who I was learning. I didn't know nothing about this stuff. Played in CBGB's. We all drove down to New York City together. That filthy little bar. It was fantastic, legendary. Wrote on the wall like you're supposed to. Tried to use the bathroom and played our set there. Screamed it out. We did this. We won a competition in New York City. We went down and competed a few times. And we were in Kane, John Walker, myself. I think Kyle Harris was with us at the time as guitar player. I hope I'm not wrong. I probably am. But we won best rock band in New York out of 300 bands. We were way out. You know where we're from. We're from way upstate New York. Canada. No, not Canada. But that was just happening. It was all a blur. It was such a wild experience for a fella.
Yeah.
Playing the local arenas with you guys and doing gigs with guys like you. When the big bands came up, we were the guys that were ready. Just like you guys. When you jumped in right. Treated your business right. Treated yourself like a business. I complain all the time. Gene Simmons gave the best advice in his book. He says, your gig is not your product. Your gig is your advertising campaign. And be happy they pay you $80 and give you a bottle of water, but that's your ad campaign, man. Where's your product? And you guys dove right into product.
Yeah.
You got yourself a bus, got yourself a short bus to get you around. You even got me down to a gig with you one time. I think rambled at you the whole fucking ride.
Yeah, but the reason we did those, almost everything you said there stems from me sponging off you when you gave us a chance. Because the way things worked, like, people don't understand. We're from towns of like 300 people. Well, yeah, people do understand. But, like, you know, as we got bigger and we would tell people in the cities and stuff, like when so where are you guys from? And we try and explain, you know, we're from a town of 300 people. Yeah, they don't get that kind of, but you let us in because it's really hard to get in when you're a band. Back then it was, you know, you're like, hey, we're a band, can we play for 3 hours? Like, you know. So you would take it upon yourself to at a Kane show, and I remember a lot of them at like the Dragon Lords pub, which was an awesome place.
That was correct.
I remember you would literally let us come and set our stuff up in between your guys' sets so we could play an hour. And that's how we got started was you. And I remember just sponging off you telling me that Gene Simmons quote, you telling me, don't give the people one t-shirt, bro. Why would you buy 100 of one t-shirt when you can buy 33 of 3? And I'm like, well, yeah. And you're like, you know what I mean? Like everything. And I remember you always saying, you know, make your display, set it up like a shop. And I remember you would draw stuff in the back of the Kane van, and you'd be like set it up like this, and like have lights on it and stuff. And you know, all that stems from you, dude. Everything Tirade did. I think at the end we had 7 different style shirts. We had women's shirts. I think 7 different styles. We had multiple CDs, wristbands, hats, toques, fucking hoodies, zip ups. Dude,
Gotta be done.
That all stems from you, Larry. From you, Larry.
Thank you, my brother. Then 2 weeks later, I had to smuggle myself into Canada. So I was doing it at the same time that you guys are doing it, making it work.
Man, you had to do that for a gig, right?
I did. We had Scarzos in Kingston. I had a warrant out for child support. Couldn't get out of that one. So the boys are saying, boy, you better get to the gig, my friend. You know, and it's, what do I do? Called a friend, got on a boat. They said, meet me in the morning. Got on a boat and putt to an island. Hung out at that island, did some fishing. They got me on a different boat, went to another island. And then about crack of noon, they took me across the river, dropped me off at a bar, and they said, we'll be back tomorrow. And the guys in the band showed up and picked me up, got me to the gig. So there they are, Scarzos. Got to the gig. I got smuggled into Canada to do the gig. And part of it, I was under a tarp. I tucked under a tarp. Holy shit, got my guitar. So I did the gig. It was wild. End of the gig, I'm on the last. I'm like 3 songs before the end of the night, man. I got a little bit of a buzz on. I'm thinking to myself, oh, getting home. What time am I? What am I doing tonight? Sleeping on the street? I didn't think about it until the 3rd song, the end of the night. So I yell, you Canadian, you guys in Canada, they're fucking awesome. They're partying hard. They love rock. They love bands. They just party and are good, happy people. Oh, I hear you love to have after hours party. Who's having an after hours party? The hands go in the air, yelling up. I look around. I'm going home with you guys tonight. Went straight to their house in the truck. I walked in the house. I got behind the couch, slept. It wasn't part. I was done. I was wrecked. I laid behind the couch and listened to them party and fell asleep. And at about 8 o'clock, someone drove me up to that bar, and there comes that boat. I'm like, fuck, thank God. Thank God they showed up the next morning. Got me home, got me back to my car at the dock. I got smuggled out of Canada to get home the next morning.
And all that just to be at
Show must go on. Show must go on.
You know what I mean? That's why you're legendary, Big Larry Alley.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that's great.
I don't think I get. Yeah. I don't know if I can get arrested for that. It's been a lot of years. So
Statute of limitations. I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure you're
I'm
fine.
checking the door.
We'll have Alex do his computer stuff and check on the
Very
limitations.
good. That's funny. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Kane was it.
Smuggling into
I
Canada.
was all Kane all the time, all in. We were doing demos. We were trying to. We didn't drop the CD. We didn't do the product. We didn't set up everything right. We barely had business cards, and when we did have T-shirts, we ran out of them after a while. But we loved the music. We loved the play. So that was Kane. And after all them years, I had to end that life. I was done. Going to retire out. That's it. Didn't want to do it no more, and I left it alone until the music called me back in. Man. Yeah, Kane's got some crazy freaking stories.
And the music calling me back in. I remember when you showed us the CDs there before. If you want to hold it back up.
Oh yeah, that paperback CD.
Yeah. I remember
string paper.
you took that to Tennessee a couple times.
Yeah, that's right. That's part of the story too. I wanted to sell it as a songwriter. Anything. I wanted to sell anything as a songwriter. These are country songs that I'd written in the past while I was in Kane or before Kane, and I'm not a country boy. I can barely jump start a four wheeler, let alone talk about horse stuff. I just these country songs because that's the way I was raised, and I wanted to sell the songs, so I did the Nashville trip. I went down once every summer and made appointments, pitched my songs. Got a lot of great advice, had a lot of great experiences, watched artists do real shows, real intimate lounge act shows, tell the stories, tell the joke, where did the song come from. I learned a little bit about the craft, a lot about the craft. Going down to Nashville, I sharpened myself. Came back and showed. I liked it. Yeah,
if you go experience Larry Holly this summer, if you're lucky enough to make a gig, everything you just said that you learned in Tennessee, you do now. Like you tell the story before this, like you're kind of playing it on guitar, but you're telling the story and you keep playing it and then you just fucking go into it. And it's really cool how you do that. So that's cool that you learned that traveling.
From amateur fellas or semi-pro fellas trying like hell to make it in Nashville. They're our level of the sport, and they were getting really good at what they do, and I love that. I love watching. They drew me right in. The way they presented it, totally different from that rock band, totally different from everything. Different. That's what I had to do.
Yeah, man. That's. I mean, I talk when I'm out, but my talk is nonsense. I don't. You know, no, like you have like stories for the songs and stuff, and I'm just like, so what are you motherfuckers eating?
Motherfuckers, you motherfuckers ready? Motherfuckers stage, Ronnie's ready to go.
My rapport is I just stop playing the guitar and I start telling jokes.
He does crowd work like it's a stand-up set.
I do.
Sure. It becomes that. Sometimes the nerves kick in, and the songs aren't hitting, and they're requesting every song except for the one you know. You might as well get a chuckle out of them. Okay. Come on, part of the show. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There was somebody there last night that said a request, and I was like, nope, sorry. And they said another one. I was like, oh, you mean this? Yeah, nope.
Right after that, I get 3 or 4 requests. I said, well, it's not baseball. I can't strike out. Keep them coming. You build them one-liners. The one-liners. Don't forget, everybody, the more you drink, the better we sound all night long. They become part of your story.
Oh, yeah.
It is. If you play 4 nights a week, it's kind of like being a car salesman, not to diminish music business, but you got the 40 people in that room. You got to say the same thing that you said the last night and tomorrow to those people. Same as selling a car. You got to get to the point quick. You got a certain amount of time. You want to win their heart or make the sale, and you come up with some one-liners that you got to recycle, chew up, spit out again and again. And sometimes you feel like a dink about it, but they never met you before in their life.
Every band does it. I mean, whether it's the when Tyree was doing sets, we would do like some nights if we only had like 30 minutes, we would do like 5-6 songs, and you would have like you knew if we had to tune or switch guitars, you had that same story right in line right there to fill that space right there.
Yeah,
to
almost
help,
like a melody, almost like a rhythm. You know when you're coming in at the end of the punchline, but boom,
and
then that's part of the timing among band members. You guys do it a lot together.
We would write it down like Tick said. If we had a half hour, we would write down this song, and we draw a line. And if we drew a line, that meant tune up real quick because we're changing guitars. Ronnie, tell a quick fucking 30-second story.
Yep.
Or promote the next show or sell tickets or tell them to go buy a t-shirt or whatever. And then by the time I'm done doing that little 30-second pitch, Tick's turned around, guitar's ready, fucking kaboom, next one. You know?
Yeah, and sometimes you've got to, when you guys are at your level you're adding a lot of material, a lot of new originals, a lot of some covers you were constantly upgrading. And that's a test of the memory, gig after gig. So you've got to do that sometimes. Part of the show.
Yeah, and so like you hype up the crowd for the next one. You know, we always for like a big fuck you, middle fingers in the air. As soon as that happened, everybody knew what was.
Everybody
knew the song that was coming next.
Yeah. When Ronnie's going to throw a shirt in the crowd, you knew what song was coming after the shirt. You just knew it was next.
That's awesome that you like hone that craft acoustically, so people will know the songs that are coming up if they go see you long enough. If they hear that story, they're like, "Oh shit!" and they fucking get their phones out because they know what's coming. You know what I mean?
So you saw
you always did that in Kane too. You always had big build-ups to the songs that were gonna fucking hit that night, and man.
That's got to help with the nerves too, like especially ease the nerves at the beginning. After you're doing one song, then you're kind of getting into the flow and like starting to tell a story about the next song. Then it's just like riding a bike, just like muscle memory. It just kicks right in.
Reading that crowd from my view where I am, I can see people mention, I wonder if he knows Skinnerd. And by the way, here's our next song. I can see everyone, and I can read the crowd well. And sometimes just constantly calculating what's next if I don't go by that set list. And on song, I've got 174 songs on my tablet. You can only do 45 a night. I know all of them. I can play all of them. What the hell do I play? You know, every gig's different. Every venue's different. Sometimes a VFW from Calet Theater mixed with Vins. They're all different people, different songs. So there you go. Pick it up as you go along. Action. Wait for the cut.
That's why I do that comedy routine in between acoustic sets, because I'm trying to read the crowd to see. Well, I don't think I know. No way I know 177 songs. There's no way I know about that. That's amazing, dude. 177.
Oh, that's just now. That's not the Kane set. That's not the Echo Magnet songs. That's just what I can do now on an acoustic. That's not, and that might include Man in the Box, but I don't do it well. It's not the metal shit. It's just stuff I learned, and I kept on putting in new, putting in better, putting in different, and I can pull them out. It works.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dude. Now, one thing you do. Often. Tick said it's, like building off the crowd, and you get that build up, it takes off the nerves. Now there's something you do, and there's something I do every time there's nothing, because that's the worst. When there's nothing to build up, because there's nothing. There's something you do when the crowd doesn't respond to you, and it's the cricket noise.
I remember that.
I don't think we can hear it though. No, can't hear it.
Can't hear it? All right.
No, that's weird.
That's right. It's a frequency only for humans. Yeah. Only for silent people.
But we'll edit that in.
Put your cricket and put it in for me now.
We will. We'll put that in
because post.
Because when you do it live, you get right up on the mic and you do it so good that every time you do it, my wife will go, "Is he doing that? Or is that the sound box?" I'm like, "No, that's
each time." It's still him. Yeah, there's Larry Holly and the Crickets. That's whistle. It gets their attention quickly.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does. So Big Larry Holly, he just puts his lips up to the mic, right, Tick?
And he makes the craziest cricket noises. It like sounds.
Yeah, he does it so good that my wife, who knows the answer, she will go, "Is that him? Or is that?" I'm like, no, it's him. Like he does it.
Yeah, that's great. I know some people that can do that.
Yeah.
One thing that's cool, I know Ronnie does a great turkey call.
I do. Yeah.
Doesn't need like the actual thing or anything. Like he doesn't, like a lot of people use the actual piece to do it, but he doesn't need it. He can do it with his mouth.
Yeah. So So you kind of cup your hand right here and make sure it goes under the bridge of the nose, and you keep the hand like this, and then you put the other hand right here. I know it looks goofy, and then you go, "Oh, come here, turkey."
It was so good.
And then there's something I do, like mine's a little different though. I get done playing a song, and if there's only like one faint clap that I know is probably my wife's, and everyone else is still talking and doing whatever, I'll just go, "Thank you."
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and then usually it gets a laugh or a couple. Oh yeah, you know.
Well, that's right. We're still in here.
And then they pay attention to you for the next one, you know. So
Yeah.
the cricket noise though, you do it so good that it's literally like you think it's a sound that's not, it's crazy. So one show I will promote because I remember the date. Besides May 31st at the Old DeKalb Hotel, June 18th. June 18th at Vin's Tavern in Ogdensburg. Me and you are going to play from 6 to 9.
That's you and I are 6 to 9. I'll do an hour. You do an hour, then I'll finish an hour. We'll find some stuff in the middle to do together.
Yeah,
we did a pretty good duo. I think you call it do that.
We have some really good TikToks. We'll put some links in here where me and you just, hey, do you know Skid Row? Or not Skid Row. Well, Silent Lucidity.
Oh, Silent Lucidity. Yeah, I got called out.
We just did it, and it worked out so good. And then we played Voodoo, and it's awesome that you know how to harmonize because I really don't. So I think we're on kind of the same wavelength musically, and it's almost like I'm gonna go here, you're gonna go here, and I know the other, and it turns out really good. Like you would think we practice it.
Yeah, and I mentioned it that night. We didn't work on these songs. We did Voodoo and Silent Lucidity and some other stuff, but just wowed them with those two. Wowed ourselves. And just like we're talking about with you playing with Tick, you know when it's coming. You can tell when you lean in the mic. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I can see the side of my face when you're going in and out. We read each other out of the peripheral. And harmony is Ricky Skaggs, Marty Robbins. Country is where all that rock harmony comes from. The same thing.
Yeah. Well, and you and I also play In Color, which is a country song, and we do not only do we do opposite verses, but we harmonize.
I took top on that one round. You were bottom.
Yeah, you did. That's not. Yeah, usually I'm doing the higher one because everyone can hear Larry. He's got that deep. So usually harmonizing, I'm the one that goes high, he goes low, but not on that one.
Yeah, I was top that night. Yeah,
and also when I play E6. When I play E6, you go up. I sing it the normal, and you actually. I'm always expecting you to go low, and you just fucking do that higher one.
Full octave above you. I think,
yeah, dude.
Time with no breathing and a lot of sweat. Yeah, again.
Yeah, you need that.
That's one of your
towel.
Signature songs. It's a good one.
Yeah,
it's fun to sing that one.
You need that towel after that one because, like you said, no breathing.
That whole tune. Yep.
And of course, if I'm nervous, I'm playing it probably at least half faster than I should, you know. So
dude, fuck that tuning. Oh, that tuning shit. And when I talk about the bands and the Kane stuff we did, I don't mention all the other 12 bands. Well, you guys opened up for a lot of major national acts up here, man. It was what a privilege playing for those guys, and then and putting out your own original stuff now, dropping new stuff. Ronnie played a new original last night, which was good. It was good, man. I liked it.
That was a
Is that partly why you were more nervous than normal?
So it was last minute. Well, we decided I was going to go yesterday, and this show was yesterday. Mm-hmm. So that was a little bit nervous, but hold on, my DoorDash is here. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Taco Bell. Thank you. I don't have any money, so just help yourself to the fridge. Yeah, cool. All right. Anyway. Sorry about that.
Is that Drew? Hi, Drew.
I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
Right now he's typing that it was not delivered. Wants his money back.
5 stars. This guy's fridge was loaded. But anyway, what was I saying? Totally forgot. Green Lantern, fully endorse.
Green Lantern and Taco Bell.
Green Lantern and Taco Bell.
It's fuck DoorDash.
And then you
DoorDash.
DoorDash.
Right, you saw Taco Bell.
Yeah, we can leave the Taco Bell coming in and meet because it was actually Drew anyway. It wasn't DoorDash. So.
I imagine they wouldn't just walk into your house and deliver it to you at your chair.
Yeah, come in, DoorDash.
Without at least calling you first and making sure it's cool.
When you are Ronnie Vegas, DoorDash feeds you.
You see,
Yeah, we.
I get DoorDash every once in a while, and they've delivered it to the wrong house before. So what if they just walked into the wrong house and gave it to? What do you?
Stand your ground, law.
How about you again? And first of all,
your last meal.
you may order a lot of DoorDash, Mr. DeJoy, but I am Ronnie Vegas, and that little blue sticky note is you.
What does that have to do with my DoorDash ordering?
That means
frequency?
DoorDash feeds me. They don't feed you. They
Oh,
feed
okay,
me.
true. Yeah, I've
At
never
least
asked
you have
them.
a sticky note, Alex.
I don't even like talking to the people. I don't want them in my house. I tell them to leave it at my door and knock and walk away, please. I don't want to talk to those people.
Yeah, they call that contactless delivery.
Yeah,
That's the best.
that's how I get everything delivered. I don't need to interact with that
To
person.
be alone.
No, but what I was saying, like having Alex's perspective, like that's kind of cool that me and Tick know you, and Alex gets the little. So yeah, what's your assessment, Mr. DeJoy? He's a
Oh,
fucking
boy.
Moves pretty good for a big man, don't he?
6'6", and Mr. DeJoy.
I was gonna say it's great not having, because Ronnie's obviously like 5'6", so it's great having somebody that's at least 6 foot. Tick, how tall are you?
6'1".
Oh yeah, it's good. Okay, yeah. So everyone here is over 6 foot,
I am not.
except for Ronnie.
I am not 5'6".
7.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
how tall are you,
roughly.
Alex?
I'm 6'2" ish, 6'3". Depends on the day.
6'3". Depends on the haircut.
Depends
right?
on the haircut, yeah.
I'm always 6'6". Right?
Yeah,
So they ever ask you how the weather is up there? You tell them it's just wonderful. How's it down there by your asshole? Leave it at that. Walk along.
I thought
My grandfather told me when I was born I was so long they should have given me 2 birthdays. My grandfather's nuts.
I remember playing after you, and like you'd get off stage, and I literally it turned into a routine. I'd leave the mic stand up, and I literally have to reach. I'd up here, almost.
Yeah.
I'd have to reach up, and I'd literally walk up because we were a 4-piece, so I didn't have the bass. I'd walk up, I'd look at the mic stand, and then I'd go.
That recall.
And like then it turned into a routine that people actually would fucking really respond to, like, and then they'd give you another fucking. Then I'd be like, "Give it up for Kate," like, "Oh yeah, dude, it was awesome."
That's right. See, you're building it. Yeah,
Yeah.
magic of the stage, man.
So Tick, you got anything else for a big lair here?
How about like your military service and that kind of stuff? Like, when did you go in the military? How old were you when that all started?
Just turned a junior in high school when I signed up, the delayed enlistment program. You can sign up before you're out of school. I knew I was going to go. I was a security officer for Zinc Corp, St. Joe down here as a kid in high school. I wanted to go security, wanted to be Secret Service. Signed up as a junior, went in right out of high school, and did my 4 years down in Griffiths, down in Rome, New York. That was during Desert Storm, Desert Shield. But I was here the whole time. I served during Desert Storm, Desert Shield, but I was at home on the fucking frozen fence line down there, walking 12-hour shifts, walking back and forth in that blizzard like Han Solo. It was my time. I did my 4 years. Did a lot of training, part of the alert response team. Just trained and then beat myself up doing the training we do. Security police officer. Security police, that's what I did. I loved it. Considered myself a cop, proud veteran, blue line supporter, the whole nine. That's what this comes from. That was Air Force. The only part of the Air Force that wore the beret are security specialists, security police, security specialists.
Nice.
And you do always have that flag behind you when you play out live.
Everywhere. I panicked before when I left at home, turned around, went back, got the flag, and showed up late to the gig. Just because it has to go.
Yeah. Yep.
One of those things, part of my props. And I do it. I got cousins who are serving city police, cousins who serve on the PBA, brothers, COs, corrections officers, cops, all through my blood and my family. And I rock it out and do my thing.
Nice, man. That's awesome.
So how did you get from Griffiths Air Force Base back up to New York? Like, what brought you back there? Did any part of you want to stay in that area after you were out of the military?
Not at all. We were so close from home. It's only an hour and a half drive down there to Rome. It's in Rome, New York. But the base did close. Griffith closed the same as Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh closed up here. Both those bases closed down at the same time right after the Clinton era, and they were closing bases left and right. I wanted to have some orders, wanted to go travel a little bit. Orders didn't work out. I ended up doing all 4 years right there. After Air Force, basic training, because Air Force is a little soft compared to the other branches. My stepfather was a gunny sergeant in Marine Corps, man. Hardcore gunny, like Clint Eastwood shit. He wanted to kill me for going Air Force. And literally, he was going to beat my ass and call me out and ER to try to convince me to go Marine Corps. And that all the more convinced me to go to Air Force. Yeah, it's Air Force and protective service. Always been my whole life, man. Whole life. And I guess I transferred over to the martial arts.
Yeah.
I'm in the martial arts right
For
now.
sure.
What are you in Hapkido? Like, is there like a belt degree or whatever?
Yeah, second Dan, second level black belt. You start, look at it like a -10 to a +10. And there's nothing negative about being a -10, but that's a white belt level. Then you're hitting yellow, and then you're orange, and then you're green, and you're going up your levels of colors. Every system has different colors, different levels. Then your last few levels, you're that brown belt until you hit what I would consider 0. And that's your black belt test. And you take that black belt first Dan test. If you pass it, you're a first level black belt. You're number 1. Second level black belt. Third level. Bob Gray, Master Gray, is our 9th level black belt in Hapkido and Taekwondo. Our grandmaster. Our grandmaster, Tick. I say that because once you're in, you're never out. It ain't like a bike club kind of thing.
Right.
But you're part of this life forever. And he was a guy that you bowed to one day. You know?
I loved every experience I had there. The only reason, unfortunately, my family didn't have enough money to keep me going there. So, it happens. But it was awesome. It was a great experience. I love them all. Adam Miller, I spent a lot of time with him all throughout high school. Ronnie did too. We spent a lot of time hanging out with him and stuff. Yeah.
I was going to name drop Master Miller because Master Miller and I were talking, and he's my master as well. He's a 5th level black belt, which makes him a master level, and then senior master, and then grandmaster. But he's Master Miller, and he's tough. Holy shit, he's got some kind of weird titanium bones, man. I tried to twist him, and it hurts. And he's about a foot shorter than I am, but he puts me down.
Even in Taekwondo, I remember as a kid, like he would be doing some crazy stuff, man. And I was like,
I think that's why I love this system so much. Is that when these men put their hurting on me, it hurt. And I'm 6'6", and I'm tough, and I'm Air Force tough, and learned my kung fu. It's all bullshit. Bullshit. When I was done, when they started throwing me around the room, I'm like, yep, this works. This works. So that's what I wanted to learn. Get thrown around by that big beard one time, that 2-foot-long beard I wore all through Kane. My grandmaster used that as a handle, rope me around the freaking dojo. All I do is mouth wide open, give me some fake punches. I was done. And I got a haircut the next day. He said, "You ready for a haircut?" Yeah, yes, master.
Yeah.
Haircut next day. Show gone. No, I'm not giving no man a fucking handle again.
Yeah, that's right.
Ever.
I remember the legendary Larry Beard.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I had some bad hair years. So sometimes it was gorgeous. Well, I didn't dare cut it. Everybody was coming up making wishes. Why is it? A guy, some dickheads come. I like your beard. They want to come around. I got to do the wax on, wax off shit. And then the lady come right up behind. Oh, I love your beard. Let me make a wish.
What are you, a fucking 6'6" troll, bro?
Oh no, I was Kane at the time, man. It was all about that. All about the beard, the energy, and the Kane. Ozzy said, "You get on stage, go crazy, man. Don't get up there and be yourself. They give you a fucking stage, go crazy." That's what Kane was for me, my brothers. That's what Kane was. Yeah.
There's a video game with Jack Black as the character called Brutal Legend, and Ozzy Osbourne is in that video game as a character, and he also did the voice. He did the voiceover too, and. Anyway, when you take off, he says that when you're leaving, go fucking crazy! Every time you leave,
You're not fucking crazy, I'm fucking crazy. All right, Ozzy, you remember the words you're coming up with that next song, brother? Monitor.
So, what kind of originals are you playing out this summer?
Oh, it's trying to morph it. I'm trying to blend everything together. I'm trying to kick it on with the acoustic so that I can snap on a distortion, have some distortion. I want to mix country and rock together. I love Tom McDonald so much. I'm even going to rap out a little rap in the middle of some shit. I'm going to spit some nonsense, put it all in a blender. Like back in the Kane days, I was half metal and I had the acoustic. I was bipolar as hell when it came to music, not knowing what I was and who I was. And it's still the same. Rap, country, rock, metal. I listened to it all. Shinedown's last album blew my fucking mind. Everything by Jelly Roll. Jackson Dean is my new country favorite. The White Buffalo. The White Buffalo is a fantastic artist. I love his stuff. And so how do I put that all in the blender? And with the way Facebook Meta just shut me the hell down, right now's the time to do it. So they're coming out that way. I've got some bits and pieces. I have a lot of half songs. You know how it goes. Before I dial them back together. But they're coming out nonsensical and cool, just something weird and new. And so there's your patented non-answer. So rap, country, and rap.
And like you said, you have 177 songs, so I could literally go watch you all summer and not see the same shit. You know what I mean? Like even in a 3-hour gig, like I could go watch you over and over and over. That's fucking amazing, Larry. That's crazy.
Yeah, it works. Helps me memorize my martial arts techniques as well. My songwriting or remembering lyrics helps me in the martial arts world. All that training, staying on the path, healthy, clean, self-discipline, got to go do it again no matter how much it fucking hurts. That's helping me in the music world, and all that's helping the family balance in the middle, keeping me sane, keeping me healthy. You know, that's a big part of this road. You guys know that as well as I do. So you're not just singing songs. You're living the lifestyle. We're partaking of the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And then you do it again tomorrow. And then yesterday. And then again next year. And if you're not dialed in and self-disciplined, it'll shred your fucking life. Yeah, you'll get an album sold and they'll write a story about you. But you ain't going to be there to spend the money when it's done. So it's a fine balance. You know it.
Yeah.
You know it. You both know it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, man. It's a tough racket.
Yep.
That was weird that you said doesn't matter, fucking get up, do it again. I mean, how many shows have I know you've played shows with Strep?
This last week, 2 weeks ago was Strep.
Yeah. No, I mean like even like recently and in the Kane days. Like I think I only did it once, and I think it was just a birthday party. So I don't want to say it didn't matter, but I literally looked at the guys. I looked at the guys. I go, look. Ain't no singing tonight. We got to scream because I can scream with Strep. I can't sing.
And he said, man, I already paid you in the band. Come on, brother. My aunt
come on,
here.
brother. You got to go. It's
I don't care if you taste iron. You better spit blood, Gene Simmons. Let's do this shit. Here we go. Gospel, let's do it.
You and I are playing together. I'll say it again, June 18th. Ronnie Vegas and Larry Holly. Also, Tick, I want to say that the owners of Vin's Tavern said when you come up this summer, if you want to come over and play with me, maybe we could talk Larry into coming too, and we'll make a little fucking spectacle of it.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And they'll oh man, the food at Vin's. Shout out.
I'll be up there July.
There we go. We're announcing the show right here, ladies and gentlemen.
We're not doing that, but I will be up there July 12th for like up to a week or so. Friday, July 12th for
about a week for us. So look at the 16th of July, Tech. 16th of July. Let's look at that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's look. Larry's already playing it. Right
there. Calendar. I gotta see which one we've got. That's the date. So yeah, we'll get you in on that. Yeah, Rosanna's doing fantastic up there. She's busting her ass at Vin's to put food out on the table at Vin's in Augsburg, but to bring in quality musicians, quality singers regularly. She's doing it on a Tuesday where everyone's going home at 9, you know, so it's hard for her to keep and make some money. So bless her heart for doing that up there. She's also at the Governor Fair. She takes her, I think she has a food truck down there.
Yes,
every day, man. She's like from 5 a.m. until midnight.
The Grub Hub.
The Grub Hub. Very good. that she's having letting us do every other Tuesday. Having all the Carrie Forrest is up. Brian Hammond's going to come out and sing. We're getting Dean Mattice out of Governor is going to come and sing. Maybe Janie Trudell.
Nice.
Miss Val Kirkpatrick out of Edward. She's a singer. You might know Val, Josh Kirkpatrick, and the Ronnie Kirkpatrick family. She's they just trying to get anybody who wants vocalists, guitar players, anybody who wants to come out. Mostly vocalists for singing, but you guys are a package deal, of course.
Yeah.
It's a good thing there, Vince, and she's doing really well by us musicians, I think, hosting that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. And
Yep.
you know, Tick has been known to do a backup or two with me.
Yeah.
When it so moves his soul
So-
a little bit, he does it.
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
So I used to try to do backups, and Ronnie's first bit of advice was, Tick, you got to stop yelling at your goddamn dog, and you got to sing. He's like, you got to sing from your gut, because I had no idea when I first started tirade. I tried to be just singing from right here. He's like, you got to sing from down here, dude. You got to stop yelling at your dog, and you got to start singing. I'm like,
Just
just
Yeah.
yelling at the
Only
mic.
Ronnie.
Made sense. It works.
It was like right after a song in practice, you end a song, Tick. You got to stop yelling at your dog.
But that's the only way I could describe it.
It makes
it-
sense, yeah, if it does.
In like
It really
a
does,
nice
yeah.
way, in a nice way, but also you need to fix it before you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
you're just like
That's why I did a gig filled in with a band. Filled in with Dean Mattice and the boys were the Common Revolution guys out of Governor. They had a guitar player filling in too. He was singing. He had a good time, this guitar player. Doing fantastic. He had a good time that night, drinking a lot of beer, and he wanted to sing. Boy, he couldn't sing, man. But he was singing his heart out, playing bass on the side, and all I did, look over. Not singing harmony for data. Just pissed the brother off so bad, man. It didn't work. That was the end of the band. Done that night. Had a little fight. Dude quit because I said, please stop singing. It was sour. It was bad. I wanted to sing and I couldn't hear nothing but that howling going on there. Not yelling at your dog, yelling like a dog. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal guitar player, but the fellow just shouldn't sing. And I guess you also shouldn't look across stage and shake your head at a guitar player either. That doesn't help, does it?
Have you ever seen Rockstar? Will refer to that again, where he breaks the dude's amp. They're just like eye contact in that whole scene while he's doing his solo.
That's right.
Oh, it's like Big Red from Texas Hippie
Yeah.
Coalition. Guy wouldn't stop soloing. His guitar player shrugged him off. Out he went. That was it.
Yep.
I think you were there that night, Larry.
I was there that night. That's right. We both played that gig that night.
Yeah,
Weapons. Their gig was weapons, and they were weapons in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I went on the bus with them. I handed them my paper bag CD, and I went on about how I go to Nashville and try to sell songs. And they're like, "All right, boy, thank you, appreciate you bringing us a disc." And they said they promised they'd listen to it. I bet they did. They were good birds, man.
Yeah, they were good.
They were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the Ronnie Vegas podcast you have watched, correct?
Yes. Right.
So I have some rapid fire questions for you. We're gonna do Ronnie Vegas rapid fire with Big Larry Holly. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready. Let's do this. Speaking of sir, I was
Huh?
once your teacher. Remember that, young man? I was your teacher in school too.
Yes,
You used
you
to
were
call
my
me sir,
substitute.
Mr. Holly.
Yes,
Mr. Holly one time. Yes,
Let me-
bring it, brother.
Ladies and
I heard you
gentlemen,
call me sir here. Let's do it.
ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You want to talk about a substitute teacher who can strike fear into an entire classroom
Holy shit.
by just ducking through the door.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're all in sixth grade, and you're just like, what the fuck, sir? Yeah, oh yeah.
Took attendance and shot the shit with you all day. Y'all got me in trouble. Talking about shit we weren't supposed to. Mr. Holly, didn't you just play at my brother's garage last week?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Don't you smoke that marijuana, Mr. Holly? What do you think? Oh, fuck. Do your homework. Shut up.
Yeah.
How could we not? I mean,
I know,
literally
right?
legendary. To this
I
day,
didn't know what you were going to become.
you still keep doing legendary shit, man. It's
Excellent.
awesome.
Right on. All right.
Getting me, I'm fanboying again. God damn it.
Well, let me see if I can rapid fire something at you.
All right, yes. So rapid fire with Larry Holly. So you've watched the podcast. The answers are subjective. You have to
Getting
think like,
Ronnie's head. Getting
Yeah.
Ronnie's head. How does Ronnie
So-
think? Hmm?
so far, nobody has gotten more than one correct. So there's not really a lot of pressure on you, but let's see
Bar
if
is
you
low.
can, the bar is super low.
Wow.
Let's see if Larry Holly can raise it, or if he'll just join the rest of the fun. Anyway, here we go. Rapid fire with Ronnie Vegas. Here we go. Best venue to play.
Vince.
No, Foster
St.
Fest.
Lawrence County Fair. Oh, fuck yeah,
Best-
that's right.
Best drink for a rough voice.
Buka.
Hey,
Sambuca.
yes, Sambuca, yes, sir.
Yes,
Who would
sir.
win in a fight, Bruce Lee or Van Damme?
Fuck. Yeah. The shark. Ronnie's head.
Neither of them. Brock Lesnar comes from out of nowhere and wins.
I knew it was
UFC
either
or
one.
Bellator?
Bellator.
No, WWE. And who's the absolute goat?
yeah.
Who's the absolute goat of the North Country?
Tirade.
No, Big Larry Holly. He got one, ladies and gentlemen. He got one. He got one.
I have
He
a
got
bone
one.
to pick about rapid
Point
fire.
at your banner.
Ronnie
All right.
prefaces rapid
Well,
fire. Ronnie prefaces
Yeah.
rapid fire by saying, "Man, nobody's gotten more than one," and then he gives you 5 questions. 2 of them he gave you options, and the answer was neither. How are you supposed to win? He's cheating.
The answers are.
Answers are right here.
Ronnie Vegas. I feel like I'm getting scammed at a casino.
No, hey, listen. First of all,
Yep.
my podcast, my show, I'll do what the fuck I want.
What do you do?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Big Larry Holly playing out all over this summer. I'll be with him June 18th at Vin's. And go ahead, Larry. Jump in.
Drop.com. Big Daddy Meta dumped me off Facebook. I'm not on there. I'll have LarryHolly.com on by the time this episode drops.
Yes, sir. We
I'll
will
have
put
everything
that.
packaged up
It'll be
together.
on the screen. It'll be linked in the description.
Yep.
Sure,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
And then,
I'm telling them.
And then once
Hell
you
yeah.
get everything else figured out on your socials, we'll link that in the description. We can
You
go
bet.
back later and link it in there so if people see it later.
Anything you
anyway.
want, anything you want people to see, I will link in the description.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. So I'm gonna do my outro. Here we go. Ronnie Vegas. Go check out Big Larry Holly this summer. This has been Ronnie Vegas podcast with your boy DeJoy and Tick. Big Larry, thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, guys, thanks for having me. Peace.